Welcome back, students. I am your SST teacher Vandana Joshi and you are watching SST June. Students, in our previous videos we have studied about human environment, in which at the first video we have studied about the human settlement in the rural and the urban areas. In the second video, we have studied about the transport system, in which we have studied the different type of transports like land transport, water transport, and railways and the airways. These type of transports we have studied, and in today's video, we will study a most important topic, which is known as the human communication. Means how the human beings are communicating with each other, how they started their communication, and now what is the status of the communication and how the communication being developed in the different ways. So let's first see what is communication. Communication is the process of sending and receiving messages and ideas of others. As I'm talking with you, I'm giving to you my ideas. If you will interact with me, then you will give your ideas to me. So this two-way communication process is known as a proper communication or human interaction. The way through which human beings are interacting with each other, that is known as the communication. To communication with the fellows. It is being a natural desire found in all human beings. Like if a person is living in a society, he must be communicate with the other peoples. So it is a nature of human beings. Also, the communication satisfy their emotional needs. Also, what we can say, if the human beings want to share their emotion, their ideas, and whatever the knowledge they are having, everything, their joy, their sorrows, everything, if they want to share to any other person, so they have to use which medium? It is known as the communication. So students, since very long time when no vocabulary was there, means when the early humans were there, so that time how the human beings were interacting with each other, no vocabulary was there, no words were there, so no letters were there, so how they were interacting with each other? With the sign language. Then after that they used the drawing methods. Then later when they learned the vocabulary, then they utilized it to make the different sentences, and then now it came in the form which we are using nowadays. So students, what is the history of communication, how it was evolved? Let's see through a short clip. students, it was the history of the communication. Means how the communication started and took place in our daily life. And also one more thing which already you have studied in history, that how we got ideas of our ancestor, that through manuscripts, through inscription, through many things were there which were copied by the scribers, and then we are studying nowadays. So we can say the wholesale revolution in the communication technology, it was came from the printing press. Through the printing press, it was easy to share our ideas to everywhere. Means in a widespread method, we could share our ideas to each and every person. So what was the benefits of the printing press? The benefit of the printing press was that it was very useful medium to share our ideas to everywhere or everyone. Also one more thing was there which was known as the information technology, yes, which we are using right now. So information technology also a revolutionary change in the field of communication. Also the communication was spread over the country and over the world through the satellites, as the satellite Ncert is there, and many satellites are there, as you can see in this picture which I am going to show you, that how the satellites are spreading the messages from one place to another place. The information technology is the revolutionary change in the field of communication. Through satellites, different modes of communication are being used as radio, television, internet, mobile phones, etc. Also, right now I'm communicating with you through a medium which you are using in your mobiles, tabs or laptops, but one more medium which is known as internet, and it is not possible with the help of the satellites and the internet connections. And students, if we talk about many mediums are there which we are using, like computers are now widely we are using the computers in the form of laptops and the tablets, and now our smartphones are also changed into a mini laptop. Okay, so what we can say that we are using these medium to communicate with each other. So here I am showing to you one clip through which you can see how we are using the medium of communication in this pandemic situation, and how these communication mediums are very useful for us nowadays. Even the best example of our communication skill, our online class or online studies are also a best example of the communication. Okay, and students, we all know that there are many types of communication, but basically there are mainly two types of communication. One is private communication and second is the mass communication. So what are these? What is the private communication and what is the mass communication? That we will see through few pictures and slides. So first we will see what are the private communication. As we know, the means of private communication are used between only two individuals. As we are using the letters, telephones, fax, email, mobiles to call to any one person. Okay, means between two person, if one communication is there and only two persons are there, that is known as the private communication. And the most important is mass communication. Why? See, the means of mass communication is mass media communicate to a large number of people in a short time. How? Such as newspaper and radios, television, cinema, and many are there. Even we can say the radio and the televisions are playing a vital role in promoting social education through awareness programs. besides providing information and the entertainment. But nowadays a mobile phone, if we are using it in the different side, like if nowadays we are using the YouTubes, the Google Classroom in teaching, and many are there through which we can interact with the other peoples, like the Google Meets, Zoom, and many applications are there through which we can interact with the others. So these are also we can include in the mass communication. Students, as we know, the world is the fast becoming one big global entity because of faster and cheaper modes of transport and communication. As you know that nowadays we are using a cheap mode of communication, but it is a widespread mode. Students, the means of transport and the means of communication, nowadays these are known as the lifeline of a country, because due to which we can globalized and the world can be in our hand, just because of the means of transport and means of communication. So students, here are many things through which we know about the words, but communication is must. So students, here a chapter number 7, human environment, is complete, in which we have studied about the human settlement, human transport, and human communication. We will know more about the human environment, in which we will see the interaction between the tropical and the temperate zones. So for that, for chapter 8 of geography, keep watching SST Zone.